very famous Murabi, trainer, educator, and Murshid. His name is Sheikh Rayad Sharma. Rayad Sharma is known to you because he has been coming and visiting us in the Ramadan in the past, and he is with us, inshallah, and he is giving us very brief orientation and tasdeeq for Rayad Sharma.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, it's very good to be back and to see everybody. Inshallah, I'll keep this to just under 45 minutes because our time is tight. Let's get in. 4 to 5 minutes, inshallah. Okay, inshallah, over the next 5 days, I'm going to be doing a series of talks on the paths that our children take. And inshallah, this is going to be something of great benefit for all of you who are youth, all of you who are parents, all of you who are grandparents, and all of you who are hoping someday to become parents. So inshallah, that should cover about everybody. And what I wanted to do was just to reflect very briefly on the last bit of Surah An-Nas, where Allah says, مِنَ الْجِنَّةِ وَالنَّاسِ, that in Surah An-Nas we're asking the protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the whispering of the one who whispers into the hearts of men. And oftentimes people just jump to assume this means shaitan. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, but it's from amongst the jinn and from amongst man. Because there are men, and by that we mean the plural men and women, who are evil. And by evil, I mean they call us to what is wicked and what is wrong and what is bad. Some do it openly to major wicked things, and sometimes it's under the disguise of apathy or under the disguise of not doing what we should be doing. And when it comes to our children, the reality is that many of our youth in this country and truly now around the world suffer from many hardships and challenges. Things including addictions, depression, suicide, a loss of faith, a loss of identity, and other issues. But really, these are some major things. They are within our Muslim community, they are affecting our Muslim youth, and we cannot turn a blind eye to it. We cannot ignore it and pretend that it doesn't exist, that it's not our kids. The reality is, it is affecting our youth. And by youth, we mean in the prophetic sense of the word youth, up to the age of 40. It's sad, but we see increased rates of, again, suicide, depression, addiction, abuse. And these things happen because there's a loss that we have. And this loss comes from a variety of different ways, and we'll be talking each talk, inshallah, about some of the different aspects of each of those things and what we can do about it. But in summary, what we can do about each and every one of those things is to, number one, be aware and to actually acknowledge that these problems exist, and they may well exist within our own families. As much as we may not want to admit it or face up to it, but admit that we may be seeing these evidences within our own families, perhaps within our own selves, that we take a responsibility that we need to do something about it, that we need to make real change, and it would start from within ourselves. So yes, maybe we're the parent and we think we have it all together, but maybe there's some critical aspects of our life that's missing. Maybe our prayer is not what it should be. Maybe we're not coming and being in attendance in the mosque as much as we should. Perhaps we have aspects of our income that aren't halal. Perhaps there's other aspects of our lives. We spend our time gossiping or engaging in things that ultimately become the root cause of the other problems that we see within our family. And then we have to be willing to make the change and seek out the help that we may need in making the change. The reality is, my dear brothers and sisters, is that we're all human beings and we all need friends. And if we don't have the right company and the good company, then we'll be astray. We see this replete throughout history. We see it within the seerah of the beloved Messenger Muhammad ﷺ. When you look into the early days, you can see how the people of Quraysh behaved. And they were calling each other to evil. And even when individuals would step up and want to do something that was right, there were people there that were nagging them and persistently pushing them to either not do good or to do harm. And on the flip side, we see amongst the Sahaba a constant encouragement of doing good, of giving more, of competing in goodness, of racing to forgiveness. These excellent qualities that the Prophet ﷺ embodied for us. But it comes down to this aspect of good company. And we can't hide ourselves away in the home and pretend like the whole world is going to go on without us. Every one of us has interactions, and the reality is that above the age of 10, for the most part, it's our friends and our peers that have the biggest influence on us. Over the age of 10, and sometimes it's even sooner than that. So if you think that, oh, I'm keeping my kids home and they're safe, they're not. They're being influenced by peers, media, internet, things they see being out and about. The reality is, those things impact us. And as adults, they impact us as well. It's what our peers are doing, it's what our friends are doing, it's what our community, our society around us is doing. And if we don't secure those things in a very deliberate way, then we'll be lost. And this is why Surah An-Nas is really should be so precious to us, because it's a protection from the evil friends. And I conclude by asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all of us the best of company in this life and in the next, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from evil friends and from bad company and from bad influences. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.